I can delete whatever. No, keep going. Don't touch. Yes,
I was
question?
just going to ask how you say that word that's after sodium on the thing.
Sodium bicarbonate. And then you have carbonate, and then you have sulfate, and then you have chloride. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this at all times. This is the temperature. Right now, all I'm doing is I am showing the temperature of just regular cabbage juice. Now, as you can see on the board behind me, cabbage juice, guys, what it does is it has a pigment called anthocyanin. And what anthocyanin is it does a really cool thing. It's called an indicator. And it indicates whether something is basic or acidic. Can someone give me an example of something they've eaten that is acidic? Eaten or drank that is acidic?
Like an orange.
Orange.
Vinegar.
Vinegar.
Lemon.
Lemon.
Sour Skittles.
Sour Skittles. Lime. Okay, can someone give me something that they've drank that is pretty basic? Come again?
Water.
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 Water, and it can be kind of acidic or basic depending on where you get it from.
Milk.
Milk. Milk is perfect. Milk is more of a basic solution. So if you ever eat something hot or sour, sometimes people will down to milk because it's going to help offset that. Where water sometimes, depending, won't hurt or help it. So one thing we're going to look at is if you look behind me, I'm going to keep this up. In an acidic environment, the color for cabbage juice is always going to be a reddish or a pink color. If it becomes purple, we know it's pretty neutral. So you got, it's kind of like a chart. It's like this, neutral, and then it goes acidic, basic, and the more vibrant that color is, the more acidic or basic it is. So if it's close to purple, it's going to be neutral. If it gets really far from purple, one way or the other, it's either more acidic or more basic. And we know that if it becomes blue-green or bluish green, it is pretty basic. So knowing that, if we know what pink is, what is the cabbage juice starting off as?
Acidic.
Acidic. Very good. All right, what I'm going to do is I am going to put 4 different substances in cabbage juice, and it's going to tell you whether it's acidic, basic. We're going to look at, is there a color change? We're going to look at, is there a gas that's produced? And when I say gas produced, we're not, because if I smell this right now, it smells like cabbage juice. It's not super strong odor. But if I were to combine these, when I say odor, I mean I would be able to really smell an odor. We're going to look at if there's a precipitate that has formed. Now, what is a precipitate again? Naya?
A liquid that changes to a solid.
Yep, if it turns into a solid, and it would be pretty obvious if it turned into a solid. Okay, we're going to look at if there is, let me grab my worksheet. If there's a temperature change. Now guys, by temperature change, right now, what are we stuck at right now? What's about the room temperature?
70.3.
70.3, all right? If it goes to like 70.4 or even 71, is there a temperature change? Yes, but we're looking for drastic. We're looking at for endothermic or exothermic. Okay, endothermic or exothermic. All right, and then last thing is we're going to see, okay, was there a chemical change, which means that there would be a smell or there would be a drastic color change. Okay, now remember, one thing we have here, how did I change this water? Food coloring. That is physical. Did we really have a chemical reaction?
No.
No, but if I start off pink, and we change a completely different color, and I'm not dripping food coloring in, there's a good chance it was a chemical reaction. Alright, so there's my regular cabbage juice. That is my acidic cabbage juice. Let's start off with, okay, so I have about 100 milliliters. We're going to start off with, what's right there?
Magnesium sulfate.
Magnesium sulfate, which is, it kind of looks a little salty. Now I'm going to make sure that I am going to top it off so that I don't have too much or too little. Okay, we're going to pour it in. We're going to stir it because we want to make sure that everything is stirred well and digested well, that it breaks down. Okay, and what I'm going to do, why is it important after every time I do this that I wash these? Yes?
Because if you put it with something that maybe isn't as acidic or neutral, it can change it.
Perfect. Yes, good. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I'm just going to doesn't look like the color has changed much. I don't want to have multiple chemicals combining. Okay, so we were at what you said, 70.2. Let's take a look at what this temperature is. Okay, wait for it to kind of start to solidify. While the temperature is changing, answer yes or no. Was there a color change? No. No, not really drastic. Okay, so in other words, acidic, basic, or neutral?
Acidic.
Acidic. Was there gas produced? Major smell?
No.
Okay, what about, do we have a solid, a precipitate?
No.
No, so in other words, is there any evidence of chemical change?
No.
No, okay, are we landing at a temperature yet?
It's not on.
68.6. All right, we're staying there. 68.6. All right, let's get rid of that. I'm just gonna lay this right here. Okay, number 2, we're gonna do sodium carbonate. So again, here's sodium carbonate. This actually, guys, you can go. It's right there. It's Arm & Hammer. This is stuff that you can just put in your washing machine.
Jeez.
Okay. Okay. So, look at your options for colors. Okay, while we wait for the temperature to start to indicate, was there a color change?
Yes.
Therefore, what do we think? What color does it look? Bluish
Basic.
green, teal, like a teal. So what color? What is it?
Basic.
Basic. Did we have a smell?
No.
Was there a precipitate?
No.
Was there physical or chemical change?
Yes.
Chemical change. What are we hitting for temperature?
70.9. 72.
So about 72. Is it stuck at about 72?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll hit 72. Our original was about 70, so 2 degrees. It's all right. Typically, we look for like a 5 to 7 degree swing. Yes, ma'am.
So when checking with something is acidic or something like that, do you have to use one of those? Because things like orange juice, it's orange because the fruit that it comes from is orange. So, like, to check if it's like acidic, neutral, or basic, do you have to put like the magnesium sulfate or
No,
something like that?
there is
in it?
actually little strips that you can just take like an orange and like barely squeeze it. It's called like a pH strip, and it'll tell you. You can actually put that in like your fish's water too.
Oh,
You ever
like
seen-
the
yeah,
pH balance?
The pH balance
Yeah.
strips.
I was gonna say
Now, I wouldn't suggest going to get one for your pond and dipping it
because
in your
we
orange
checked with
juice.
it, yes.
But what I am saying is you can look at that. So you don't have to actually like go and buy cabbage juice and mix it with your orange juice. This is just a way for me to show it to you. Also, I wouldn't suggest you drink any of that. So, may not end well. All right, now that was sodium carbonate. This is sodium bicarbonate. Slightly different, but not much. Let's see what happens. Again, I'm gonna make sure I equal this out.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And we stir it because we always want to make sure that everything is stirred in.
Will they clear up like how those got clear?
Over time, everything will start to settle. Okay, while we wait to see the temperature, remember we started at what? 70. Let's see what happens. While we wait, did it change color?
Yes.
Was there gas?
No.
Was there a precipitate?
No.
Evidence of chemical?
Yes.
Okay, color?
Dark blue.
Blue, so what is it?
I think basic.
Basic. Alright, what are we hitting?
63.4.
63.4, so if we started at 70, about how much of a drop?
Over 10. 6.6.
About 6 degrees. 70 minus 60,
Wait, did I?
how much?
3.4.
About 63 would be
6.6. 7.
good. Alright, next one. So in other words, guys, if it went hold, is it exothermic or endothermic? Think about it. If it got hold, what do you think?
Endothermic.
Endothermic. Endothermic. Because remember, it's going to feel cold. It's going to feel cold. Feel it.
Can I feel it?
Oh, it is cold.
Yep, and that's endo because he wants to go inside it.
Ooh, that is good.
It's cold.
Alright, last one.
I kind of like the word moist.
Okay. Calcium chloride. Now remember, someone asked me, why does calcium chloride look different? It's just how it's formed. Alright. So,
Apparently Dippin' Dot cereal exists now. It's gross. Purple. I tried it. Yeah. Cookies and cream.
now what's it?
It's like a lighter.
What's important that I do?
Mix.
Oh,
it.
Mix.
Oh.
Oh!
Wait, that's cool.
That was done.
Definitely basic now.
You know, I never really liked science.
It's like
basic.
It's
Basic.
It's like
Basic. Yeah, last year science was boring. This is kind of fun
I
though.
realize it's another thing.
Oh, not bad.
So now let's stay focused, guys. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Like 80. Whoa.
I bathe in
While
that.
it goes up,
Burning up.
color change.
Yes.
What is it?
It's still
Basic.
Oh, basic.
Basic? Yes.
No.
Precipitate.
No.
Evidence of chemical.
Yes. That.
Degree change.
88.4. Yeah.
Well, that's hot.
Hashtag hot. That's pretty warm. That's not hot. That's just like toasty.
Okay, strike two. Is it going up anymore?
It dropped point.
Okay. So we had about what, 88?
But now it's 88.2.
All right. Now let's start to look at. Ira, can you give me that big beaker? Someone said, can we combine them? This, if it's warm, is it? Don't say it yet. Endothermic or exothermic? If it feels warm in 3, 2, 1.
Thermic.
What is it?
Exothermic.
Exo. Okay. Let's see what happens when we combine this. Let's put this one together. I'm gonna actually pour it back to get all of the. There we go. Solution at the bottom. All right. Let's pour this one in.
That was kind of pretty.
I know it is kind of pretty.
It looks kind of chunky.
Well, it is because of how it. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Milkshake.
It's like green dyed milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purple.
Condensed milk.
I feel like this is gonna.
I don't like that. That looks like a
Boiled milk.
moss.
What's it starting
Oh, it's
to
purple.
pour?
It's purple. Because there's some because there's acidic things and then basic things, and together it's neutral.
And what's it starting to form? A.
Clom. I didn't say that first.
It starts with a P.
Starts with a P.
Oh,
Precipitate.
Oh, a
Nice job.
precipitate.
Pause that, please.